Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. Today we have Meek Mill checking the internet after shade was thrown. We have Lil Twist watching a reality TV boat sail off. Webbies Manager pulling a "so let me tell you what happened." Jay Z is called to the basement. 50 denying involvement in a beatdown. Tekashi, son, it looks like you about to get rained on. And just when you thought the snitch witch hunt was on, looks like we about to have an actual witch hunt. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. If this is your first time on the block, be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can have the latest news trending on your plate along with a little social commentary on the side. Hit the like button if you can spot it. Sit back, take a breather. Oh yeah, and shout out to my notification gang. I see you, right? Now you'll love what we have for you today. First up, we about to go Marty McFly and discuss the future. Or at least the present with Future in mind. You see, folks have decided to comment on the messages that Future and Russell Wilson both posted on Twitter and Instagram for Lil Future Jr., even to the point of pitting both messages at odds with each other, prompting Meek Mill to jump into the fray. Now let me give you some context. See, evidently, Future and Sierra have a child by the name of Future. We'll call him Junior. Now, Sierra and Future can't see themselves in the future together, I know, in the context of that type of relationship. And consequently, they call it quits, leaving the dad slot open for whoever is man enough to put in the work. Now, in steps Russell Wilson from off the sidelines, who pulls a classic touchdown pass, scoring both Sierra and the treasured stepfather position. Now, fast forward back to the future, with both Russell Wilson and Future putting out a post on social media saying, "Happy birthday to Junior." Now, social media tries to make an issue out of the posts, out of the fact that Russell Wilson's post appeared to be longer and more in-depth than the post made by Future. Meek Mill chimed in on Twitter stating, quote, "Y'all weird. Y'all worried about who got a better birthday post for their kids. LOL." But I guess social media might have forgot the fact that any stepfather that's putting in work with these kids, especially on school hours during these quarantining times, deserves to be viewed as a father as much as any biological father that similarly puts in work with their kids. Salute to Russell Wilson being responsible, and salute to Future being cool with Russ, being a responsible stepfather, putting in work and loving that kid. Don't ever get it twisted. The hardest hood you could ever find yourself in is parenthood. Make sure to put facts in the comments if you follow me on that one. Now, speaking of getting it twisted, Lil Twist has come through and expressed his discontent with the cast of Growing Up Hip Hop. You see, Lil Twist just got on the show for approximately 2 seasons and has major issues with members that have been on the show for 5 seasons, who suddenly have the nerve to complain about how they're being portrayed on the show and quit. He just got on and is just trying to make a little bit of dough like everybody else. Now, Lil Twist is stating that folks are trying to make it seem like the reality show was all scripted. But Twist maintains that the producers are only working with what everybody gave them. So if folks are acting like punks on the show, they're probably punks off the set. He said, quote, "I ain't even been on a full 2 seasons. These producers don't know me like they know y'all. Y'all been in the business with these folks way longer than I have. Trying to make it seem like the masses that this ish is all scripted and written up to look like the way that it's actually being shown. Listen, people, this ish is 100% real." Close quote. Twist then locked up his post by saying, quote, "The moral of the story, only give off what you want the world to see and don't get mad when they see it and make an opinion on it. It's TV." I'm afraid to say it, but facts. Then Lil Twist spun back around and finished it off with the shotgun blast saying hashtag, "It was all good just a week ago. Hashtag, now's the actual cool nigga on the show and everybody quitting. I guess I'll be tight too if they start breaking down a DJ booth the minute I step into the party." Now, it appears that Webbies Manager decided to chime in on the situation that was going down between BOOSIE and Webbie last weekend. Webbies Manager stated that Webbie's big on loyalty, and his main issue was that a lot of folks that was speaking about holding Boosie down were nowhere to be found when Boosie was locked up. This is where Boosie saw red, remember? And temporarily lost it before coming to his senses and letting everybody know that he has love for Webbie. Webbie promptly reciprocating by professing his undying loyalty to Boosie. Webbies Manager just coming out the cut, pulled up to the party behind schedule and just started trying to explain to us something that we've been told you days ago. Now, we appreciate the clarification that he provided, just provided a little bit earlier next time. We had to turn into investigators and start researching and putting puzzle pieces together, trying to figure out exactly what was going on between the two. Now, the Rough Rider DMX is coming out the doghouse, ferociously looking to sink his teeth at the next potential versus battle into his arch nemesis Jay Z. Now, word on the street is, before he could take a chunk out of Jay, he's got to wet his palate with M first. That's right, Eminem. And we told you before, and this is looking less like talk and more like it could be a potential reality. The dog came through on Drink Champs and stated, quote, M don't want it. Okay, we'll do it with M. I'd rather go with my arch nemesis. He don't gotta come outside, niggas, in the house. Damn, you scared to go into the basement and play some records? Close quote. My gosh. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. And don't even get me started with the first lines of the Rough Riders anthem and its relevance for today. Now, Swizz Beatz mentioned to the K9 that Versus is not so much a battle as much as it is a celebration. To which the Rough Rider barked, quote, that's what I'm talking about. That's why it should be done. It's a celebration. We celebrating music. He got some hits too. He can play Money Cash Hoes, then I'm gonna play Money Cash Hoes. Close quote. Which is funny because I looked for the song Money Cash Hoes just last night. And the curious thing about that song right now is that DMX's verse is missing on that video posted by Jay Z Vivo. Someone please give me a proper explanation why the dog's verse is missing on that song, Jay. Now, Nori stated on the gram that, quote, he sent this to Hove. I'll just call him Jay because I don't like to, I ain't trying to be blasphemous, right? Just sent this to Jay and he said DMX will never be his nemesis. He's his brother. This cat is scared. Did I say that out loud? Look. It's obvious the dog tastes blood and the basement door is rattling. This is looking more and more like a horror movie, folks, and Jay is looking less and less like he want to go down in that basement. Because when the dog is down there waiting for you and he ain't had nothing to eat, it's going to be a real rough ride. Now, speaking about rough rides, Australian artist LeShucks had a rough ride to the hospital following a post from 50 Cent, who responded to the artist's mural of himself combined with other celebrities and public figures like Tekashi, Mike Tyson, and even Mike Pence. 50 responded to the image of himself fused with Mike Tyson by saying, this guy needs his behind whipped bad. He's still doing this ish? Well, the artist doesn't appear to be slowing down on his artwork of 50, stating, quote, it's tiresome, but it will not ever stop me doing what 99.8% of what everyone else seems to, for the most part, get a hearty chuckle out of because they aren't sociopathic pieces of ish, close quote. 50 seemingly responded to the post saying, the artist got punched in the face. That wasn't me. I didn't do it. Now, if you're waiting for me to clap one at 50, you'll be waiting for a long time. Now, finally, Tekashi 6ix9ine posts on Instagram that he'll be pushing back the release date of his next hit song a full week, prompting social media to light up with claims that he is punishing his fans for not being vocal enough about Gooba being first on the charts. But get this, there may be another reason he pushed that release date back to the 29th. You see, there's another monster that's stomping the charts that already called dibs on Friday as a release date for her new hit. And her name is Ariana. So whatever game Tekashi had planned for Friday, it looks like she'll be raining on that parade. And this just in. Our sources have reported that self-professed witch Lana Del Rey calls the culture onto the stand by posing the question of why she should be crucified for glamorizing abusive relationships when other female artists shot to the top spot by glamorizing being sexy, scantily clad, and living that slut life shame-free. She posted on Instagram her comment calling out, get this, the grand heavyweight herself, Ariana, the Queen Bee Beyonce, yes, the Queen Bee, Camilla, Cardi B, Doja Cat, Kehlani, and Nicki Minaj, who most likely may not say anything, because we know that between the Barbies and the Beehive alone, they will single-handedly drag the crafty songstress out into the streets of Salem in blue jeans and roast the sorceress at the stake, while the Coventry gasps in collective horror. Looks like it's about to be graveyard conditions, folks. Let us know what you think. Is Tekashi 6ix9ine simply unprepared to release his new song, or might he be scared of Ariana? What 3 criteria should the DMX versus M battle be based on? Do you think reality shows like Growing Up Hip Hop is scripted? Name a hood that's harder than Parenthood. And will the lovely ladies of hip hop bite the bait? As smart as she is, I feel like Cardi won't be able to resist. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Tune in the next time to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.